Hey there, it's Lori from Time for Wellness, and it's time to leave your blubber behind, sunshine. We are in topic 2, and topic 2 is all about body care. How are you doing with taking care of your body? Are you getting the exercises in that your body needs? Just walking is like the best exercise for your lymphatic system, which helps eliminate all the toxins from your body. And it covers the whole surface, the under our skin surface. So it's super, super important. Are you taking time to treat yourself to a spa, whether it's your own personal spa that you do for yourself, or you go out and receive a massage or some special exfoliant spa treatment from another source? How are you doing with your body care? Well, if you're like most people, there is some parts of it that you have neglected. You're not getting all those exercises in that you would like to. You're not taking the best care of your body that you could. And this happens to all of us. So, let's welcome up all those feelings, because when we hold on to those feelings and those emotions of not taking the best care of ourselves, we end up sabotaging ourselves just because we're holding on to these feelings and emotions. We're letting them run our life instead of us being the boss, eliminating those feelings and emotions, and just keep on going the best we can. The more we let go of all those feelings and emotions that we have stuffed down for eons, the easier and easier it is to stay on track. Believe me, I know from firsthand experience, and it is an experience. It's nothing that the mind is going to be able to wrap its head around. You've got to experience it for yourself. And that's how your life starts to become effortless. So, welcome up these feelings of, I didn't do my exercises today, and put it off another day, or I thought I would get it done in a half hour. Instead, I just kept putting it off, and I was too exhausted and went to bed, and I realized I didn't do any of it. Like, we all have those days. So, welcome up those feelings. And welcome up those feelings even more. Notice where you feel that in your body, in the core of your body, in your chest, in your head. Where are those feelings that you're welcoming up? Those feelings of disappointment. Whatever that feeling is for you. That feeling of, I really thought that I was going to stay on track this time. That frustration. That feeling out of control. There's just too much going on in the world right now. I just can't keep up. Out of control feeling. Welcome that up. And open up a big, big French door. And it's another spring, beautiful day. A light, warm air is outside that big French door, and all the sounds of spring. And open up that door even more, and all these feelings that are going around and around and around, could you just tell them to leave and go right outside that door? And see them going right out. Let the air, the nice wind take them away. And even more, and even more, and even more. And see them all go into the thin air and just evaporating and dissolving into the sunlight. And see those feelings and emotions leave even more. Imagine them leaving. Whether it's a dark cloud that's getting broken up as it goes closer and closer into the sunlight until it just fades into nothing. Whether it's a color, whatever you see those feelings as, just tell them to leave. Those feelings and emotions are holding you back. It's time to let them go. So tell them to leave. You are the boss, and you are in control of your life and your feelings, and tell all those unwanted feelings and emotions to just go. And go even more. And go even more. And even more. And even more. And say yes. It's very helpful to say yes out loud. If you can't say it out loud, at least say it to yourself. And if you can't say yes, say no. It's still doing something. And even more. Tell those feelings and emotions to just go. And even more. And even more. And even more. And even more. And notice them leaving. Now, when you think about all your body care and how you've been doing with that, give yourself a number from 1 to 10. 1, super calm, super neutral with it all. You're doing great. 10, totally not okay, disappointing yourself, feel like you're out of control. Where are you at, 1 to 10? Make a mental note. Okay, now we're going to go around the tapping meridian points. So, even though I am not taking the best care of my body, I choose to let go of this feeling of no control. Just follow along with me. Say what I'm saying. If there's other words that come up that resonate with you better, say those. All right, side of the eye. I deeply and completely give myself acceptance and control. Under the nose. Even though I feel like my life is so out of control, I choose to let that go. Even though I feel like I'm never going to be able to fully take care of my body, I choose to give myself control anyways. Even though I feel like it's impossible that I'll ever be able to fully take care of my body, I choose to give myself full control. Under the arm. Even though my mind cannot wrap itself around this whole thought of having full control, I decide to give myself control anyways. Top of the head. I decide to give myself approval and control. Let's go around again. I decide to release all these feelings and emotions of uncontrollability. I decide to give myself approval and control. I decide to release all these uncontrollable feelings. I decide to give myself approval, and control. I decide to release all these uncontrollable feelings. And if it feels like you want to cry, let the tears go. Just keep moving through. I decide to say yes to my life and to say yes to all these feelings and emotions, to recognize them and to let them go and evaporate and dissolve. I decide to give myself approval and control. I decide to let go of all these thoughts and feelings of uncontrol. I decide to give myself approval and control. I decide to let all the feelings of uncontrollable leave. I decide to give myself approval and control. I decide to let all these feelings and thoughts of uncontrollability leave. I decide to give myself approval and control. I decide to let everything else leave. I decide to give myself approval and control, and to deeply and completely accept myself just because I can. Take a breath. Notice how you feel. Notice. Really notice how you feel. Now that feeling that you're noticing, how you're feeling, what you're experiencing right now. You can even close your eyes. What are you experiencing? And could you let go of what that experience is, that feeling, and see if it can get even better? And even more. And even more. And even more. Open your eyes and notice how you're feeling. Are you feeling lighter, calm? If this has gotten, the number 1 to 10, where are you at from a number 1 to 10? If you're 2 or lower, phenomenal work. You've done a great job. It takes a lot of courage to go through this. Give yourself a hug. If you're higher than a 2, if you're higher than your original number, give yourself a huge hug. You're moving things. Watch this, go over this again. Go through the whole exercise. Tap along. Say, repeat what I say. Go through it. It's amazing the experience that you have when you do. Please share with me what your experiences are. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Send me a private message if you like. You can send me an email. You can find that in the description below. Or you can just put it in the comment, whatever you choose. I'm here for you to help you get through this, to leave all your blubber behind so you can have the best life ever. Thank you for joining me here. This is the biggest way you can make the biggest difference in the world. by finding your own peace, your own approval, your own having control. And you can spread that and pass that on to others so they can feel whole as well. What a beautiful virus that will be.